Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah. Brothers, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Okay. Allah said in the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. That He did not create mankind and jinn except to worship Him. Can you hear me, yeah? Can I hear me next door? Yeah? Okay. Alright, cool. So Allah said in the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. That He did not create mankind and jinn except to worship Him. So today my very brief talk is going to be about the youth, dawah, vlogging, social media scene. Because wallahi it's hurtful, and I really respect the brothers, you know, Imran, Saad, and other brothers here today, with what they're doing with their dawah channel. Because if you look on YouTube at the main people doing dawah, they claim to be Sunni, they claim, you know, to follow the Sunnah of the Prophet. And they claim to follow the Salaf, the first 3 generations, the companions, the Sahaba, the Tabi'in, the ones that came after them, and the Atba Tabi'in, the ones that came after them. But when you analyze and see what's going on with the people with the biggest audience, whether they be dawah callers, or whatever you want to call them, and then you look at the Sunnah and you look at the Salaf, you'll find things are not matching up. But it's a problem on 2 parts. There's a problem with the callers, and there's a problem with the followers. Because the callers should be calling people back to the Deen, calling to Tawheed and the 3 categories, calling to the example of the Prophet's life and the companion's life. And the Muslims should only be following people that they recognize that are calling to Tawheed and calling to the lifestyle of the companions. So you'll have many speakers nowadays, well-known, famous, hundreds of thousands of subscribers who claim to be Sunni and claim to be following the Salaf. But they're doing things like diss tracks and singing famous kafar songs. And they got thumbnails and videos with no top on at all. So we ask ourselves, if when the Prophet was alive in the time of Mecca, the companions were there, was this the Sunnah? Did they listen to famous kafar songs and then start singing, and Prophet Muhammad starts singing them, and then Abu Bakr starts singing them, and Uthman and Ali and, you know, Umar ibn Khattab start singing them? So we're going to take a glance at this, because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to reach the speakers. The speakers who claim to be Sunni and have big audiences on YouTube and so forth, I'm not trying to reach them. They're part of the problem. But it seems that favour's got to these people, and they're going to do these diss tracks and sing, get people to sing these kafar songs, and they're going to put thumbnails on with no top on. My talk today is to address the Muslim youth. Because either you're going to be a fan, yeah, and follow people whatever they do, or you're going to be a Muslim that's following the Quran and Sunnah, and you're only going to follow what is in coincides with the Quran and Sunnah. So if you're subscribed to someone, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and they do something that you know is haram, like singing kafar tunes, and I don't care whether it's Omar Isa, whether it's I Am Khalid, or it's these, it's all the same. There's no difference between Omar Isa and I Am Khalid and these, they all sing kafar tunes. So the whole thing is that if you're not a fan of a person, because in Islam we're not fans of personalities, yeah, we follow the Quran and Sunnah, and whoever's in line, we follow them, and whoever's not, we don't. So if you're on YouTube and in your list of subscription, a video comes up, and it's Adele or something like this, that, you know, I'm a Muslim, I don't listen to music. I might know of Adele because I live in a Western country and the songs are, but listen, I don't listen to music, and I'm not going to listen to music because a Muslim is singing it. Or if a brother uploads a picture, he has a dawah account, and all of a sudden a video shows up, he has no top on, you're a sister. Because you're a Muslim and not a fan, you're going to unsubscribe. Because I'm not a fan of this person and that person. I listen to different speakers and students to get me closer to Allah. And once I see tricks from them that I know is clearly haram, I abandon them. So basically, the first thing I want to tackle is dawah through music. Why is this wrong? First of all, you've got the people that clearly just try to ignore the hadith. I'm sure we all know the famous hadith where the Prophet said, a group of my ummah will come and try and make musical instruments, will try and make zina, wine, and musical instruments halal. Everyone knows this. I'm sure we know, and everyone knows it's authentic. The Prophet said there will be a group of my ummah that will come and try and make zina, which we know is haram, wine, alcohol, yeah, which we know is clearly haram, and musical instruments, yeah, halal. So if zina is haram, yeah, if wine is haram, musical instruments haram. There's no debate on that. You can get a Sufi sheikh to tell you, yeah, it's okay. Like everything over the Deen, it's okay to touch women's hands. It's okay to have a girlfriend as long as you have the correct intention. You know, you can get a liberal or Sufi sheikh to tell you anything is halal. Everything is halal except rape and murder, maybe, because it's love. Yeah? But the whole thing is, so what I'm trying to say is, we know what the Prophet said, we know what the Sunnah said, and we knew what the companions did. Yeah? We know that music is haram. So whether it's Deen Squad, and they're just like, you know, they're always in the camera, they've got the best of manners, and they're being all polite and stuff and being so nice, it doesn't change the fact that the Prophet said there will be a group of my ummah that try and make zina, alcohol, and musical instruments halal. So that's the Deen Squad and them guys. I'm going to leave that for now, because at the end of the day, they're just doing something they know is haram. People must inbox them every day on all their social media to haram. But the money's coming in, they're getting views, they're going to do their thing. But the thing on you as a Muslim, you have to ask yourself, am I a follower of the Prophet, or am I a follower of Deen Squad, I am Khalid, and what is it, Omar Isa, and the people that support him? If you're not a fan, if you're a fan and you follow anyone, then just follow them, because it's not about Islamic. You're just gonna follow, you know, you're like a groupie to them. You're just gonna follow them regardless what they do. You know, I am Khalid and these people. I have to speak about this. People say, oh, only God can judge them and this, that, and that. Look, I'm speaking about it because there's Muslim youth who are not clued up, and because these people have Muslims and dawah in their name and this, that and the other and all this kind of stuff, people follow them. So if no one says anything and we just keep quiet and these guys are doing their shows and their concerts and all these different things, then when people are going to get misguided and we're going to be held responsible. So the whole point I was trying to make is at the end of the day, dawah through music. Now we know music is haram, so they're doing music with musical instruments. But then you don't just have them that are blatantly using musical instruments, yeah? And the point I want to make is, look, let me give you an example. You all know I am Khalid, the guy I am Khalid. We are Muslims. We all know Christmas, is it haram or halal? Christmas, it's haram. Okay. Christianity, is it shirk or is it tawheed?
Shirk.
Okay, cool. So what I'm just saying, I am Khalid, I'm not making this up, it's on YouTube. He gave Christmas presents, he's got a video called Giving Christians, yeah, Christmas Presents on Christmas. In full, going out, giving people presents on Christmas Day. In full. Like this is shirk. And Muslims, they look up to these people, they follow. So if the thing is that, if you're a Muslim and you're subscribed to these people, yeah, on YouTube, on Snapchat, on Facebook, all this kind of stuff. When you see that, what do you do? Do you follow them or do you unfollow them? What do you do if you're a Muslim? You unfollow them because why? I'm not a fan. And I said, well, do you know what? I'm a Muslim. I'm living in the 21st century. It's hard for me to practice, so I follow Muslims on social media to help me get closer to Allah. Once I see Christmas, you give out Christmas presents, I know you have no knowledge of your deen. Yeah? Same thing as well. Okay, the brothers at Deen Squad and so forth, they're going against the clear hadith that music is fun. But then you have other people that say, I'm not using musical instruments, I'm using vocal tunes. Or they don't do that, they say I'm not using vocal beats, I'm just singing a famous Kafir song, like Omar Isa. My question is this. If you're using these songs for dawah, because they call it dawah, how did you learn it? This person's song? If you're giving dawah through music and this, that and the other, and you're taking Kafir songs and you're changing the words of it, how do you know that song in detail? How do you know the song? Like people may say, I was in a shopping centre, I went into, this is what I heard. The person went into a barber shop and they heard the tune, and then they came out and then they remade a halal version. When you feel memories like that, where's your Juz Amma? Where's your Quran, bro? Because if you can go into a barber shop here, you can hear a tune once, and you can memorize like that, then boy, forget the music and just do the Quran and teach us how you memorize that. No, the fact is that, look, the fact that you remake songs with Omar, like I said, there's no difference. I am Khalid, Deen Squad, Omar Isa, and the people that support them, that you listen to music, bruv. That's how you made the cover. You listen to music. So what you, indirectly, because the Muslims that follow you, they're not dumb. They know the only way you can make this remix, halal version, halal remix, Allah's watching. He's Al-Samir that we're hearing, Al-Basir that we're seeing. The only way you can make that remix is that you listen to tunes. And how can you keep on making remixes and you don't listen to music? How? You got this song, that famous kafar, so that you listen to music, bro. We're not that dumb. We are not that dumb. And then you have this thing like dawah tunes. And I'm going to move on from this. I'm going to give them dawah. No vocal, no musical instruments were used in this picture. I can hear music, bro. Like, wallahi, I'm not trying to help this. I have to say this because no one said it. No one with a big audience. And that's why I respect these brothers. Brother Imran and the other brothers in the seer sessions and so forth. The reason why I respect these brothers, I know no matter how big their audience get, inshallah, you know, and brothers like Abdurrahman Hassan and these brothers, I know no matter how big their views got, I'm not going to see them break dancing. I'm not going to see them, you know what I'm saying, run about with no top on. I know brothers not going to do a diss track saying shut up, trying to copy Storms in. I know. Because when these brothers talk about being Sunni and following, being Salafi, they really mean it, bro. I'm not just here talking about people for the sake of talking. I'm talking about the biggest people in the YouTube thing. They're going to do diss tracks, singing Stormy's tunes again. Some little intro with beats in it. It's a beat, bro. I'm going to give them down. Not with beats, right? Or vocal beats or whatever you're looking. You're not giving them down. You're giving them haram. That's what you'll give them. And everyone in that video and stuff, you're supporting the haram. And this whole thing about vocal beats, brothers and sisters, we have to be honest and straight with each other. People are deceiving the youth. Imagine you was with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you were beside him and you were playing a flute, astaghfirullah. You was playing a flute and the Prophet said, please don't do that, it's haram. Then you put down the flute, yeah? And then you started making the same noise with your mouth. Do you think the Prophet would be happy or unhappy? Do you get what I'm saying? Imagine you had a flute and you was playing a song, and then what happened? I know. I'm gonna wrap up. Say he was playing a flute and he was beside the Prophet, and the Prophet said, his face went red and he said, don't do that, it's haram. And then you put the flute down, and then 5 seconds later you started making the exact same sound with your mouth. Does it make it halal? No. So the whole point I want to say to you, brothers and sisters, is this. Is that be a Muslim, yeah? And don't be a fan, be a Muslim support of the Quran and Sunnah. And follow the people that don't just claim, yeah, I'm Sunni and we follow the Salaf Salih, this, that, and the other, Sunni, I'm Salafi, this, that, and the other, but yet they're doing, you know, diss tracks and they're singing, what, mashallah, those Salafi Sunni, yeah, mashallah, and stuff like this, like, you know what I'm saying, follow the people that in it, mashallah, what you see with the brothers and stuff like that, everything that I've said today, there's be no music, no tambourines, no breakdancing, no man jumping out the window, they're just giving you Qala Rasul, and they're speaking to youth. And mashallah, I'm with the brothers a lot, and mashallah, when they go down, it's Qala Rasul. Allah said, the messenger said. And they're talking to youth in a way that I understand. And just to wrap up, let me give the example, yeah, of the youth, yeah, and what's happened with the dawah. This is the youth in the dunya, yeah, this is the dunya. And this is the deen and the practice of brothers, yeah. The aim of youth dawah is this. is to call the youth in a way they understand, yeah, to the Deen, Tawheed, the three categories of Tawheed, Aqidah, the Salaf, the ulama, Fawzan, Muslim, Al-Bab, Shaykh Muslim, this, that, and the other. What's happening today is this. Okay, if we just call to Qala, Qala Rasul, and stuff like that, like the brothers that are really full of Sunnah and Salaf, this, that, no one's going to listen. So do you know what? Let's do Adele. Do you know what? Let's give out Christmas presents. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what? Let's sing, let's do diss tracks. And what's happened? The youth are not coming to the Deen. They're going into the dunya. If you find yourself singing Adele and Kaffir songs and giving out Christmas presents and supporting people, doing diss tracks with famous kafar tunes, know that you haven't made the youth come to you. You've gone to them. So at the end of the day, the whole point of youth dawah, yeah, is to talk to the youth in a way they understand and bring them to the Deen. Not you end up in singing nasheed pop songs and all this kind of stuff. So, Jazakallah khair, may Allah reward the brothers who set up this event. MashaAllah, they're putting food at the back, they made the masjid nice and clean, and they're really trying to help the youth. May Allah give you Jannah for your efforts and stuff like that. And Jazakallah khair to Imran and Nasir Sessions and the Knowledge College and stuff for allowing me to have a brief talk here, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, take care.